Can I just add the barium hydroxide to the beaker and then start titrating? All right. No, but we can get that. So what I have here is barium hydroxide. I'll add this barium hydroxide to this solution. First we'll start the stir bar going. Now notice, in pure water, there's this light bulb has 2 electrodes into the water, but the electrodes are separated. We have a shot of that? If I could rotate, I'm going to rotate it just a few degrees here. I can't do it easily. I'll rotate the whole thing. So you can see those 2 electrodes are separated. So no current can flow between them because there's no ions in pure water. A lot of people think pure water conducts electricity, but it doesn't really conduct electricity very well. You need ions in the water. I can make ions in the water by adding barium hydroxide, because barium hydroxide is very soluble. That'll get me lots of barium ions and lots of hydroxide ions. And those ions will conduct electricity, so let's look what happens when I add ions. Look at that. I get a light. So that tells me there's lots of ions in solution right now. Now I can add, from the top, I can add H2SO4. And we think as I add H2SO4, what's going to happen is barium ions are going to form fine sulfate ions and form barium sulfate. Written this way, this K is very large, right? Because written this way, it's 1 over 10 to the minus 10. So this K is 10 to the plus 10. So that means I form virtually all barium sulfate solid. This K, written this way, is 10 to the plus 14. So I make water. So I'm going to take ions out of solution. I go from ions to no ions if I mix these 2 solutions. So let's just turn this into a chem quiz. For the titration of barium hydroxide with sulfate, which is the correct plot of the conductance, that is, how bright is the light, versus added H2SO4. So I start with barium hydroxide down here with a bright light, and I'm going to add H2SO4. The question is, what does the conductance plot look like? A, B, or C? Bright light, dim light, bright light, dim light. Think about that for a minute, and we'll make a selection.